See this line right here? This cut right here? Even if it's off by a 1/4 inch, that's not just cosmetic problem, dudes. That's a floor frame that sits crooked. Walls that won't plumb up, and an off-grid home that's going to fight us every single step of the way. So today we're adding more 6x6 posts to these piers. And we're going to cut every single one to length, and we're going to set them, and we're not leaving until every single one is square. At least the 4 corners, the 4 main corners. Real quick, if you're new here, welcome. We're a family of 6 building an off-grid homestead from scratch. No experience, no contractors, just one mistake at a time. If you've been following the build already, you already know the concrete piers are done. And in our last video, we got a couple of our posts set on our piers. So today we're out here to try to get a couple more of our 6x6 posts set on our piers. So today we want to make sure that at least our 4 corners here are square. Every step, no shortcuts. Because the more we get right this layer, the easier everything above it gets. All right, let's get it. All right, so the first thing that I want to do is I want to make sure that all 4 of my corners are perfectly square and in line. So this one here, this is my control corner, and it's already fully mounted, it's bolted, it's fully fastened and squared the way I want the front control line done. So this is going to be my main corner that I'm going to be working off of. From this main corner here, I'm going to run a tape measure down, all the way down to the end. It's got to be 40 foot. I'll mark it, and then I got my line set up, so I'll make sure that 40 foot is the end where it needs to be. Real quick, dudes, if this build has been showing up in your news feed and you keep watching and haven't hit that subscribe button, now's the time. I appreciate that. We're a working class family actually doing this for real. So every sub actually matters to us. So come along and join us for the ride. So when we're cutting these 6x6 posts, we're going to need safety glasses. Or I would say that if I was... All right, so the key thing here is we're going to cut exactly on our line because we don't have no material to waste, and we'll eventually we'll have to cut it down more once we run our level string to know exactly where the floor sits. But the key thing is we're going to make sure we cut exactly on our line. We can't waste an inch of material. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm tacking this tape measure in down on this end, and then I'm going to drag it all the way across to the other side to get my square. Now, I used a construction calculator, and it says for a 32 by 40 square that corner to corner should be 51 foot, 2 inches, and 5/8. All right, before we tack down that first, or technically it's the 3rd corner, but before we tack that one down, I'm going to take it from where we measured the first diagonal. We're going to switch it over to the other one, and we're going to measure that one, which is from there to that one. All right, so now that we actually squared everything up from the 4 corners, now we're going to bolt down our last 2 Simpson brackets. So we're going to get our hammer gun, we're going to drill our last 2 brackets and mount our post. All right, she's going right in there. Good. Now, And guys, I cannot stress this enough. Before any fasteners go in, we check plumb. See that bubble? So see how she's sitting in the middle right there? We always make sure it's in the middle, just like this. Now, let's check the other side. So once it's plumb, then we fasten it. Don't skip this. I know it's tempting just to go ahead and run the screws in and move on, but if it's out of plumb, this lives with your house forever. Every step we do make gets us one step closer. Look at that, y'all. A few months ago, this was nothing but raw land and a dream. Now we got piers in the ground and posts going up. I honestly feel like I'm winning, dudes. So if these two corners doesn't match from the diagonals on both sides, then we got a real problem or some work to do. But unfortunately for me, they both match. Now that we have double checked all of our four corners and everything is square, we got everything fastened, we got everything bolted down. Now we just got to put all the posts in between them. Let's freaking go. I know some people can have a whole crew out here and get this whole job site done in one day. Unfortunately, that's not the reality we live in because, you know, we are paycheck by paycheck. And we only can get a little bit done at a time. I still work full time and we come out here on the weekends for a couple hours to get some work done. So we'll set a couple posts and we'll do a little bit of work. And we try to make every little bit moment that we have count. So I'm out here with my family trying to build something from nothing, one step at a time. At the end of the day, it's not really about building an off-grid homestead. It's actually about building a future for my family. So every post that we do put in the ground does get us one step closer. All right, dudes, if you set posts before and you done this kind of work and you got any tips, comment down below, let me know and help a kid out. If this video helped you out at all, hit that like button because it actually helps more than you realize. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Marcus out.